Kia ora, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. As we get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock with news. Financial markets are sensing a turn lower in the giant US economy and a risk-off tone is spreading. Impending new tariff announcements there are casting a pall over everything. First, despite another fall in long-term mortgage interest rates, US mortgage applications were weak last week. They fell by 2% in the week following a 6.2% drop in the prior week. New American durable goods orders in February unexpectedly rose 0.9% from January following an upwardly revised 3.3% jump in that prior month. This February result was much better than the anticipated 1% fall. But year on year, the gain was just 0.5%, and the result was largely ignored by financial markets, partly because it isn't expected to signal any longer-term improvement. One-off defence aircraft orders, up 9.3%, accounted for most of the gains. Non-defence, non-aircraft orders for capital goods were 1.2% lower in February than a year ago. Markets noticed that. They probably also noticed that the latest update of the Atlanta Fed's GDP Now tracking shows current estimate in the first quarter of 2025 economic activity shrinking at a 1.8% rate. This updated real-time estimate is unchanged from last week. It's also worth noting that the benchmark blue chip consensus forecasts are starting to waver now too as the quarter comes to an end. Across the Pacific, Singapore's industrial production took quite a tumble in February from January, enough to turn its year-on-year change from an 8% rise in January to a 1.3% decline in February. The month-on-month reversal was a very sharp 7.5%. Australia is in its post-budget debate period. No announcement yet on the election date, but it is widely expected over the next few days. And the US Treasury 10-year yield is now at 4.34% and up 4 basis points from yesterday at this time. And Wall Street has started its Wednesday session, dipping a further 1.2% on the S&P 500 on a tech sell-off. The Nasdaq is down 2.1%. The price of gold will start today at just on $3,016 an ounce and down a net $10 from yesterday. But oil prices are up $1.50 at just on $70 a barrel in the US, while the international Brent price is now just on $74 a barrel. The new American tariff threats on using Venezuelan oil are disrupting supply. And the Kiwi dollar is now at 57.4 US cents and unchanged from yesterday. Against the Aussie, though, we're back up 10 basis points at 91.1 Australian cents. Against the euro, also up 10 basis points at just over 53.2 euro cents. That all means our trade-weighted index starts today just on 67 and up 20 basis points. You get more news about the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again tomorrow.